The microphone feedback screams through the crystal ballroom as my father's voice booms across 200 guests. And to show our family's love, Alexis will be gifting her penthouse to Harper and her husband as a wedding present. Applause erupts. My wine glass trembles in my grip. I never agreed to this. If you're already feeling the rage building, hit that like button and subscribe to Formidable Revenge channel, because what happens next will make you want to stand up and cheer. Drop a comment telling me where you're watching from, and let's get into this. Every eye in the Ritz-Carlton Grand Ballroom burns into me. My sister Harper presses her manicured hands to her mouth, eyes wide with fake surprise, but I catch the smirk curling at her lips. She knew. Of course she knew. "Oh my God, sis, really?" Harper glides toward me, her custom Vera Wang gown trailing across the marble. "The penthouse. You're actually giving it to me?" The whispers spread like wildfire. So generous. What an incredible sister. Must be nice to have family like that. My father extends his hand toward me, his smile sharp as a blade under the chandelier light. "Come up here, Alexis. Let everyone witness this beautiful moment of sisterhood." My phone vibrates in my clutch. I glance down at the screen. Unknown number. The live feed is up. Thousands watching. They're about to destroy you. My head snaps up. At table 8, a young guy I don't recognize has his phone propped on a small tripod. Red Live glowing in the corner. This entire setup, this public coercion, is being broadcast to the world. I stand slowly. The chair scrapes loud enough to cut through the applause. My heels click against the tile as I walk toward the stage, each step heavier than the last. The crowd parts. Every face watches, waiting for me to hand over 10 years of my life wrapped in a bow. My mother beams from her seat, one hand on Harper's shoulder, eyes gleaming with triumph. My father holds a small velvet box, symbolic keys to my penthouse, prepared without my knowledge, without my consent. Harper reaches out her hand. "Thank you, sis. You're the best sister anyone could ask for." I stop 3 feet away. The ballroom holds its breath. "I'm sorry." My voice cuts clear through the silence. "I'm not giving you anything." The room shatters. The applause dies like someone cut the power. My father freezes mid-smile, his hand still extended with that ridiculous velvet box. Harper's mouth drops open, her perfect wedding makeup cracking around her shocked expression. Murmurs explode across the ballroom. What did she say? Did she just refuse? But they already announced it. My father's face drains of color, but he forces his smile wider, pulling the microphone closer. "Alexis, sweetheart, don't joke on your sister's special day. Everyone's waiting." I don't move. "I'm not joking. The penthouse is mine. I never agreed to give it to anyone." A few nervous laughs scatter through the crowd, dying quickly when they see my face. My mother shoots up from her seat so fast her champagne flute tips over, golden liquid spreading across white linen. She storms toward me, her burgundy gown sweeping the floor, guests parting like she's Moses and there the Red Sea. "Alexis Marie Thorne." Her voice cracks through the microphone my father hands her. "You selfish, ungrateful girl. You're humiliating this entire family." Harper lifts her hand to her eyes, tears already forming on command. "Sis, why would you do this to me? I thought you loved me." The whispers turn harsh. Refusing her own sister on her wedding day. How cruel. What kind of person does that? But I stand firm, my eyes locked on my mother. "I'm not humiliating anyone. I'm keeping what's mine." "Shut up!" My mother's hand shoots up. The slap cracks across my cheek so hard my head whips to the side. The sound echoes off the vaulted ceiling. Someone gasps. A camera flashes. But the loudest thing is the ringing in my ears as heat spreads across my face. I don't raise my hand. Don't strike back. Slowly, I lift my head. feeling the sting bloom across my skin. At the back of the ballroom, through the crowd, I spot him. The man I saw this morning near the reception desk. The one who whispered my full name like he knew me. He's holding up his phone, recording everything. His eyes are cold, calculating, like this was all part of his plan. That slap wasn't just family violence, it was documented, witnessed, broadcast to thousands. And when our eyes meet across the room, I understand. The battle isn't over. It's just beginning. Let me take you back 6 hours. Before the slap. Before the announcement. Before everything went nuclear. I arrived at the Ritz early that morning while hotel staff arranged white roses along every table. My mother was adjusting the ribbon on Harper's dress, barking orders at the florist about centerpiece height. My father stood near the bar, laughing too loud with investors from his commercial real estate firm. Nobody noticed me. They never did. Then I saw him, a man in a charcoal gray suit standing near the guest registry, motionless among the chaos. Deep navy tie with silver threads catching the light. He wasn't looking at the decorations or the arriving guests. He was looking at me. When I moved toward the reception area to check my sister's seating chart, he appeared directly in my path. "Alexis Marie Thorne," he whispered. My full name. Only my grandmother ever used my full name, and she'd been dead for 5 years. I froze. "Who are—" But he vanished into the arriving crowd before I could finish the question. I scanned the lobby, the hallways, the ballroom entrance. Gone. Like he was never there. My phone buzzed. "Unknown number. They will announce tonight that they're taking what belongs to you. Don't lose it." My blood went cold. Taking what? I had my career, my investments, my penthouse. What could my family possibly take? I tried to shake it off, told myself it was wedding day jitters, a prank, a wrong number. But the text wouldn't leave my mind. An hour before the ceremony, I needed air. I slipped away from the chaos, down a back corridor toward the service hallway. That's when I heard them. My father's voice, low and calculated. "Tonight during the toast, we'll announce Harper's special wedding gift." I pressed myself against the wall behind a decorative column, barely breathing. My mother responded, her tone smug. "Yes, it's finally time." The penthouse. My heart stopped. Harper's voice, breathy with excitement. "The penthouse? You mean the apartment Alexis actually owns?" "Yes." My father's voice was firm, confident. "I confirmed it through a contact at her bank. Everything's in her name, a property worth $4.3 million. She's been hiding it from us for years. But tonight, she'll hand it over to you in front of everyone." Harper's nervous laugh echoed down the corridor. I don't think she'll agree to that." My mother's response was ice. "Don't worry, darling. Your sister is proud. But that pride means she won't dare refuse. Not with 200 guests watching. Not with cameras everywhere. She'll smile and hand over those keys because the alternative is public humiliation." My father added, "This will show everyone who the real success of this family is. Harper, the beautiful bride with the perfect marriage and now the penthouse. And Alexis, the spinster who gave it all away?" My mother finished. Their laughter felt like razors dragging across my skin. I pressed my back harder against the cold wall, my nails digging into my palms until I felt blood. They knew about my penthouse. Somehow, they'd discovered the one thing I'd kept hidden from them, the 4,000 square foot luxury apartment on the 45th floor that I'd bought with my own money, from my own work as Vice President of Asia Pacific Development at Sterling Global Investments. For 10 years, I'd let them believe I lived in a tiny studio apartment in the city. Let them mock me at family dinners. Let them pity my sad single life. Because the truth would have made things worse. They would have demanded I share it, loan them money, prove I wasn't selfish. So I stayed silent. stayed invisible. But they'd found out anyway, and now they were going to weaponize it. What if she says no? Harper asked again, her voice smaller. She won't. My father's tone was absolute. We've already told the photographer to capture the moment. The videographer will get it on film. The Hendersons, the Pratts. The entire board from my company will be watching. Alexis won't risk destroying her reputation. She'll comply. My phone buzzed again. Same unknown number. They're using your silence against you. If you don't act now, you'll lose everything. Who was sending these messages? The stranger from this morning? How did he know what my family was planning? I wanted to burst into that hallway and scream at them. Tell them the Penthouse was earned through blood and sweat, through closing deals in Singapore, negotiating contracts in Tokyo, working 18-hour days while they slept soundly on money I'd secretly wired to save their failing business last year. But I held back, because if I confronted them now, they'd know I'd overheard everything. They'd adjust their plan. No, I needed to stay quiet. Let them think I was still in the dark. Now we're back at the moment that changed everything. My mother's slap still burns across my face. The ballroom has gone from shocked silence to barely contained chaos. Guests are pulling out their phones, filming, texting, whispering behind their hands. My mother trembles, the microphone buzzing in her tight grip. She glances around, realizing everyone saw what she did. But instead of backing down, she leans into it. You will regret defying your parents, she hisses at me through clenched teeth. I straighten, my voice low but clear enough to carry. No, the ones who will regret this aren't me. Footsteps echo across the marble. Steady, deliberate. The crowd parts as the stranger from this morning walks straight into the center of the ballroom. His charcoal suit fits perfectly, his navy tie catching the light. He doesn't hurry, but something about him makes every person step aside. Who is that? Someone whispers. He was recording earlier. What's he doing? My mother snaps. This is a family matter. Who are you to interfere? The man stops at the foot of the stage. He pulls a slim metal business card from his jacket, holding it up under the chandelier light. Nathan Cross, CEO of Cross Capital Holdings. The ballroom erupts. Murmurs crash like waves. Cross Capital? They own shares in Thorn Properties. What's he doing here? I know that name. For 3 years, I've coordinated deals tied to Cross Capital, signed contracts bearing his name, sat in on conference calls where his voice crackled through speakers. But I've never met him face to face. Nathan Cross was a legend in the industry, a ghost who moved millions without ever appearing in person. Until now. Nathan turns, facing the crowd. I didn't come to attend a wedding. I came to protect my partner, Alexis Thorne. The word partner makes my chest tighten. Every eye swings from me to my family. My father stumbles back, his face ashen. What? What are you talking about? Alexis Thorne has been my primary strategist for the Asia-Pacific region for 3 years. Nathan's voice is calm, controlled, devastating. The contracts that brought your company, Gregory, $200 million in profit last year, all coordinated by Alexis. The crowd roars. Someone covers their mouth. Another person drops their phone. Harper clutches her wedding dress, her face pale. Sis, you worked with Cross Capital? I never knew. Because nobody in this family ever wanted to know. I cut her off. My mother's hand shakes so hard the microphone screeches feedback. Mr. Cross, you must be mistaken. My daughter only does basic office work, nothing important. Nathan cuts her off cold. You may dismiss her, but I don't. I don't put $200 million of my corporation's money in the hands of someone unimportant. Each word lands like a hammer blow. I watch my father's face crumble, sweat beading on his forehead. That property you tried to take? Nathan gestures toward me. The penthouse belongs to Alexis. It's part of her executive compensation package, protected by explicit anti-coercion clauses in her contract. The phrase anti-coercion drops like a bomb. Guests gasp. Phones come out everywhere. Nathan presses forward. What happened here tonight, in front of hundreds of witnesses and thousands watching the live stream, can be classified as attempted asset seizure and domestic violence. I won't let this stand. My father tries to recover, his voice cracking. Mr. Cross, this is a misunderstanding. Weddings are emotional. We only wanted to celebrate our youngest daughter. A misunderstanding? Nathan's voice cuts like steel. I watched Mrs. Thorne slap her daughter on stage. I heard Mr. Thorne announce Alexis would surrender the penthouse when she never agreed. And it was all recorded, live streamed. Millions can watch it right now on social media. My mother goes rigid, her lips moving without sound. Harper stands frozen, tears streaming, but her eyes are calculating, already trying to figure out damage control. Then a chair scrapes at table 7. A silver-haired man in a navy pinstripe suit stands. Lawrence Bennett, CEO of Bennett Construction, one of my father's biggest investors. Gregory, his voice carries without a microphone. I've partnered with Thorne Properties for 15 years. I trusted your integrity. After what I witnessed tonight, I can't continue. Bennett Construction is suspending all joint projects pending an ethics review. Before my father can respond, a woman with sharp features rises from table 10. Victoria Liu, CEO of Liu Development Group. Same here. My firm doesn't work with people who abuse their own children. The luxury tower contract we signed last month? Consider it terminated. Then from table 13, another voice. James Rodriguez of Rodriguez Engineering. No one in this industry can partner with a leader who trades ethics to manipulate his own daughter. My company is severing all ties, effective immediately. Each declaration hits like an axe into rotting wood. I watch my father's shoulders slump, his face draining to ash. My mother's eyes dart frantically around the ballroom, searching for someone, anyone, to defend them. But the entire room has turned its back. Harper collapses to her knees on the red carpet, her white gown pooling around her. No, this can't be happening. Brian, please. Brian, the groom, stands like stone near the gift table, his face gray. His eyes flick from my parents to Nathan Cross, then finally to me. Without a word, he sets down his champagne glass and takes one step backward. Then another. Harper's sob cuts through the ballroom. Brian, don't leave me, please. I didn't know they would. Brian's mother, elegant in emerald silk, rises slowly from her seat. Her voice is arctic cold. Our family needs to reconsider this marriage. We don't ally ourselves with people who publicly humiliate their own blood. Harper wails, clawing at the carpet, her perfectly styled hair falling loose. No, please, you can't do this. My mother rushes forward, grabbing Harper, her own tears mixing with her daughter's mascara. Don't listen to them, baby. I'll fix this. Everything will be fine. But nobody's listening. The cameras keep rolling. The phones keep recording. The whispers grow into a roar. Nathan turns to face the live stream camera still glowing red at table 8. What you've witnessed tonight isn't just family dysfunction. It's a lesson in greed and the consequences of thinking power protects you from accountability. The guests start nodding. Murmurs shift. So Alexis was carrying the family business this whole time? They treated her like garbage while she kept them afloat. The real success was the daughter they threw away. I don't say a word. Don't need to. The truth is speaking for itself, louder than I ever could. My mother covers her face, then screams. This is a lie. You don't understand. We love our daughter. This was just supposed to be a surprise. Nobody believes her. The contempt in every face is clear. My father tries one last time, his voice hoarse. Please, everyone, calm down. There are family matters outsiders can't judge. Family matters? Lawrence Bennett's voice booms from table 7. You've lost all credibility, Gregory. This isn't private anymore. This is about ethics. Nobody will work with Thorne Properties after tonight. My father's face goes red, then white. He clutches the edge of the stage, swaying slightly. Charlotte, no, Harper. My sister stays on her knees, makeup streaking down her face, mascara turning her into something almost unrecognizable, the perfect princess, reduced to ruins on her own wedding day. Brian's mother has already turned away, her heels clicking toward the exit. Other guests follow. Within minutes, half the ballroom is emptying out. The ones who remain do so only to witness the complete destruction, phones out, documenting everything. My phone explodes with notifications. I glance down. The live stream has 47,000 viewers. The clip of my mother slapping me has already been shared 12,000 times. Nathan appears at my side. I have a car waiting outside. Unless you want to stay for the rest of this circus? I look at my family one last time, my mother sobbing into Harper's shoulder, my father gripping the stage like it's the only thing keeping him upright. Harper's white dress stained with tears and champagne and the red carpet fibers she's been clawing. No, I say quietly. I've seen enough. We walk toward the exit. The crowd parts. Nobody tries to stop me. Behind us, the chaos continues. Raised voices, accusations, the sound of chairs scraping as more guests flee. Outside, the Atlanta night air hits my face, cool and clean after the suffocating ballroom. Nathan's black Mercedes waits at the curb. Where can I take you? He asks. The Sovereign Towers, 45th floor. He nods, holding the door open. As we pull away from the Ritz-Carlton, I watch the golden lights of the building shrink in the side mirror. Somewhere inside, my family is still trying to salvage the unsalvageable. My phone keeps buzzing. Hundreds of messages from strangers. I watch the stream. Thank you for standing up. My parents always chose my brother. Watching you refuse felt like permission to do the same. Alexis, I don't know you, but I cried when you said no. Thank you for not staying silent. Because of you, I finally left my parents' house after 20 years of control. I don't know what the future holds, but I know I deserve better. Message after message, stories of being dismissed, forced to sacrifice, pushed aside for golden children. My pain wasn't mine alone. It was shared by thousands. Nathan glances at me from the driver's seat. You okay? I look out at the city lights streaming past. I will be. 3 weeks later, I sit in Nathan's office on the 52nd floor of the Cross Capitol building. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlook downtown Atlanta, the city spreading out like a circuit board of light and steel. The board unanimously approved your appointment, Nathan says, sliding a folder across his glass desk. Executive Director of Global Development, full voting rights. You start Monday. I stare at the contract, the weight of it settling in. For years, I worked in shadows, pouring everything into deals while others took credit. Now I have a title that matches my worth. There's one condition, I say. Nathan raises an eyebrow. Which is? I want to establish a fund for people like me, those suffocated or exploited by their own families, legal support, financial resources, housing assistance when they need to leave, and most importantly, a voice reminding them they're not alone. Nathan leans back in his chair, studying me. Then he nods. Cross Capital will co-fund it. Consider it done. Something in my chest loosens. For the first time, someone isn't dismissing my vision as pointless ambition. Someone sees it, values it, lifts it higher. My phone buzzes. Not another stranger's message. This time it's a news alert. Thorne Properties declares bankruptcy. Founder Gregory Thorne resigns amid scandal. The article details everything. The contracts that fell through, the investors who pulled funding, the public backlash that crushed the company within 3 weeks. My father's empire, built over 30 years, collapsed faster than anyone predicted. Another alert follows. Society wedding ends in annulment. Bride Harper Thorne's marriage dissolved after 18 days. Brian's family had followed through. The marriage was voided. The lavish ceremony, the $200,000 dress, the carefully curated guest list, all of it reduced to a humiliating footnote. I should feel satisfaction, vindication, but all I feel is a strange, hollow sadness, not for them, for what could have been if they'd ever just seen me. That night, back in my penthouse, I pour a glass of wine and stand at the floor-to-ceiling windows. The city glitters below, alive and indifferent to the dramas playing out in its towers. My doorbell rings. I check the security camera. Nobody there. Just a small package on my welcome mat. I bring it inside, carefully unwrapping the aged brown paper. Inside is an old wooden frame, edges worn but still warm. The photograph shows my grandmother, her eyes bright and knowing, like she could see through time itself. I'd seen this photo once as a child, then it vanished. Beneath it, a small card in handwriting I recognize. "Don't ever let them take your light." My grandmother's words, her final gift, sent by someone who knew I needed it now. I place the frame on my living room shelf where morning light will touch it first. The room is quiet, but inside me, something settles into place. Not closure, but clarity. My phone buzzes one more time. A message from a woman in Texas. "Because of you, I left. I don't know what happens next, but I know I deserve freedom. Thank you for showing me it's possible." I sit back on my couch, the city lights reflecting off my windows, and realize the story was never just about revenge. It was about reclaiming myself, about proving that silence isn't strength. Boundaries are. My family wanted to take my penthouse, my success, my dignity. Instead, they lost everything while I built something bigger. A voice for everyone they ever tried to silence. The light they tried to steal? It's burning brighter than ever. And I'm just getting started. If this story made you feel something, if you've ever been the overlooked child, the dismissed daughter, the one who built everything alone, drop a comment below. Share your story. You're not alone. And subscribe to Formidable Revenge channel because next week we've got another story about someone who refused to stay silent. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.